Había un esto para entrar, pero no sé si era por la puerta del garaje. Porque por detrás no había, ¿no? Esta puerta, a ver. Bueno, ha entrado por el garaje, da igual.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Ni tan mal, ¿eh?
For the first time in
Qué calidad
years,
gráfica.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story.
Bueno, tenía.
Edith told me the bricks came from the original house. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone. But my mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edith living in a nursing home.
Vale, pues vamos a la planta de arriba, yo creo.
After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Vamos para arriba, chavales. Porque aquí creo que no hay que hacer nada todavía.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Claro que sí. Claro que sí. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Claro. Steven y Eddie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Vale, y ahora...
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Bárbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Vamos por aquí, chavales.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Es verdad, este cable llevaba aquí. Pero no me acuerdo qué había dentro. La única habitación que está abierta.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
¿Esta llave funcionará, no? ¿Para esto? Sí, funciona. Vale, ábrelo.
Turns out,
Vamos
my
a
mom was
abrirlo.
really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Subimos esto. Pasamos por aquí. Luego lugar para esconderse.
Maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Luego
But I
lugar
had
para
no
esconderse.
idea what was behind
Tenía
the
aquí.
door.
Vale, primera habitación, chavales.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the
Mi
peephole.
primera habitación, Molly. Ahí está el diario de Molly.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen.
Primera historia.
It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Vaya. Hombre, si la dejas sin comer. Ostras.
I kept eating and eating.
Pues, si tiene tanta hambre, haber comido algo.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Haberle puesto algo de comer. Porque vamos.
Then I
Podrían
heard
haber dado
chirping
algo de
outside
comer.
my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Ahora se cae para abajo y muere. ¿Te
And
imaginas?
suddenly, I was a cat.
Ah, vale, verdad,
I
era...
tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
¿Cómo se saltaba al mantener este, no? Sí. No sé por dónde hay que ir, pero entiendo que hay que ir por aquí. O por aquí o por algún lado. Ay, Dios mío. No me acuerdo ni por dónde había que ir. Fíjate. Pajarito. Casi. Pajarito.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Sí, claro, y luego...
I could tell she was getting really tired.
A ver, esto es por aquí. ¿Y era para dónde? Claro, quería ir a por el este.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Vamos.
I gobbled her up.
La engruñí y me
And
morí.
suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Esta parte me va a costar mucho, ¿eh? Esta parte es como que, no sé. Esta parte me va a costar muchísimo.
Rabbits.
Conejos, ¿dónde? Conejo, conejo, conejo.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Se lo comió. Cuando aparezca otro conejo, hay que estar... Es que esto
A
me
mama
costó.
rabbit.
¿Qué ha dicho? Una mamá conejo. Espérate que la pido. Era gran búho, trofeo ganado.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Madre mía. Un tiburón por un bosque. Qué imaginación tiene esta niña, ¿no? Menuda imaginación que tiene esta niña.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Si no me puedo mover. Si es que no me quedo aquí y no me puedo mover, ¿sabes? Si le pudiera alcanzar al pez este.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Ahora sí que lo puedo hacer. Vente para
Tore
acá.
off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Y estaba deliciosa. Madre mía, tenía tanta hambre esta niña. Que vamos, por comer lo que sea. Lo he perdido al pez ese, ¿no? Está más abajo. Es que no puedo mirar para abajo. Intento mover al este, no. Y no, tío, no me deja moverlo para abajo. O sea, mirar para abajo, mira. ¿Ves? Porque como no hay nada. Ah, sí. Lo que pasa es que, claro. ¿Lo he pillado? No. Me ha asustado. Creo que se ha asustado. ¿Dónde está? Pues nada, chavales, se ha asustado. Encima lo peor es que para pasar esto tengo que completarme esto. ¿Por qué no baja abajo? Si es que no baja abajo. No baja. Ahora sí. Bueno, es que claro, si no estuvieran los compañeros
Grabbed
perdidos.
on tight. I was so hungry.
Si no
Jumped
estuvieran
out
los
of the
compañeros
water.
invertidos.
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Ahora era un monstruo. El barco pirata. Espero que no tenga
I
copyright
was
aquí.
big, and I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Bueno, no, soy un pulpo, soy un pulpo. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Marinero borracho. Claro, lo censuran para que no sea fuerte para YouTube. Porque llega a ser fuerte para YouTube. Estaría bien. Vete para atrás. Entra aquí.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Así que nadé hasta allí.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an
Madre
old
mía, lo que
pipe.
se comió la niña. No sé ni lo que se comió. Luego, claro, luego que cuando se despierte por la mañana, si se llega a despertar. No sé si se llega a despertar por la mañana.
I got closer and closer.
¿A dónde? Andy, closer and closer. Andy, closer and closer.
All my stomach started growling.
Mis estómagos empezaron a hacer ruido y de repente volví a ser yo.
I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Qué guay.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Vale, pues siguiente historia, ¿no? Ya digo, es de ir avanzando, ir pasando historias
This
e
will be
ir
obvious
haciendo...
later, but my mom
cosas.
never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though,
Ahora había que
when we
entrar, a
adopted
ver.
a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and
Por su fortuna
misfortune.
y su desgracia.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Y ya está. Pero ya está, ¿no? O sea... Ah, no, no he terminado.
Odin's daughter Edie,
No he
with
terminado.
husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Y ya está.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yo creo que... A ver si hay que había que hacer algo más. Creo que no, ¿eh?
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Aquí hay otra llave. Secret bathroom. Vale. Abrimos esto. Si sé abrirlo.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Hay un secreto en este
It's in the
bathroom.
last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Vamos, que se abría la trampilla esta.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Claro que sí. Y aquí como me agacha... Ah, bueno, se agacha solo. Se agachaba solo. Vale.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Bueno, claro, es que había que subir por aquí. Había que ir por aquí.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Anda que también ponen un columpio al lado del mar.
Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Diciendo que no se podía saltar. O sea, saltar, moverse. Pero va este chaval y dice, pues quiero dar la vuelta.
The day he made up his mind from,
Y de repente murió.
he did it.
Se fue volando por ahí y murió.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar.
En el
When I was
61
younger,
murió
I
este.
remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Guardando.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Por Sam. Esto ya está, ¿no? No voy aquí para... Madre mía, una casa llena de secretos, tú. Tiene más
The
secretos que la
passages were
mía.
a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Mira, por aquí se podía salir y no se habían dado cuenta de que había aquí un pasadizo. Literal.
Growing
Literal,
up,
que no se había dado
I
cuenta de
always
que había
thought
un
of
pasadizo.
Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Está aquí. Wikipedia or story.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Otra historia, chavales.
With another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate
Como
family.
estáis viendo, son varias
I'm
historias
calling it
y
The
cosas
surprise
así.
ending of Barbara Finch.
Va yendo así las historias. Es un juego que combina, bueno, que tiene varias historias.
Barbara was
Y va así el
famous
juego.
for her scream.
Va así. Tiene varias historias y
Now at
lo han hecho
16,
así.
she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara
Tiene que
went
haber
to
ido
look
con
for
ella,
him,
literal.
right on cue.
Literalmente tenía que haber tirado con él.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Lo ves, no era nada de miedo porque no es así nada del este.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Claro que sí. Ahora sí que
The
allí.
fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Ahora después.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Sí, pues no creo que sea una artimaña, ¿eh? Y eso que está cerrado. ¿Te imaginas?
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Claro, pues lo tiene detrás.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Corre.
Night, he
No, como ya he dicho, no da miedo. Son historias bastante interesantes.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Pa, 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 pa. Ay, ¿ahora por dónde tengo que ir?
Molly's door. Years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Desde luego. Desde luego que sí. Yo temería si me entrase alguien en casa, desde luego. Y ahora, boom.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
¿La puerta? Sí, estás tú que voy a abrir. Para que aparezca el hombre de engancho.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young
No hay nadie,
Barbara.
¿no? En la puerta.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Vaya.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Claro.
And she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to
Me mataron.
and with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor
Magníficamente muerta, desde luego.
She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oreja.
That's what I call a real
Solo contaron su...
eerie tale.
Esa historia es para verle las orejas al lobo. Sí. Para verle las orejas al monstruo. Qué interesante la historia.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Bueno. Pues en esta habitación ya hemos terminado, chavales. Se tiene que salir por aquí.
I guess
Qué buena
now I
forma
know
de
why
salir.
Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
¿Ves? Esta puerta está cerrada. Ahora no se puede subir por aquí, porque está bloqueado. Bueno, chavales, si lo queréis ver completo, nos vemos en el siguiente. Chao, chao.